What happens when a teenager shocks the world, wins a Grand Slam, and suddenly becomes one of the most talked about names in global sports overnight? Emma Raducanu's story was supposed to be a fairy tale. A quiet rise, a historic U.S. Open victory in 2021, and a future filled with endless promise. But what if that same spotlight that celebrated her also became the weight she had to carry every single day? Why does greatness so often come with a cost no one warns you about? Because when you look at Emma Raducanu's journey, you're not just looking at a tennis player. You're looking at a young life pulled into a world that moves faster than understanding can keep up with. One moment, she was an 18-year-old qualifier playing freely with nothing to lose. The next, she was a global icon with cameras following her every step, every match analyzed, every decision questioned. And you have to ask yourself, how do you stay yourself when the world starts rewriting your identity? After her breakthrough, expectations didn't just rise, they exploded. Sponsors arrived. Headlines multiplied. Social media turned every appearance into a debate. And beneath all of it, there was still a young athlete trying to build her game, recover from injuries, and find stability in a sport that rarely allows it. What the public often forgets is that tennis is not just physical, it is deeply psychological. And pressure doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it quietly builds until even the strongest minds feel the strain. Then came the difficult phase. Injuries interrupted her momentum. Coaching changes added instability. Critics grew louder with every withdrawal and early exit. But what most people never saw was the constant rebuilding happening behind the scenes. The early mornings in rehab rooms, the silent training sessions away from the spotlight, and the mental battle of trying to believe in your own timeline when the world demands instant success. And here is where the emotional conflict deepens. Because fame creates a strange illusion. It makes people believe they own a piece of you. Every performance becomes personal to strangers. Every setback becomes public disappointment. But Emma Raducanu's journey reminds you of something important. Behind every headline is a human being still learning, still adapting, still trying to breathe under expectations that never pause. Yet through all of it, there is resilience. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that shows up again after doubt, after criticism, after setbacks. The kind that doesn't need applause to continue. And maybe that is the real story here, not perfection but persistence. So, what does her journey teach you? That success is not a straight line. That timing matters more than pressure. And that even when the world rushes you, your growth still has the right to unfold at its own pace. Because in the end, the most powerful comebacks are not the ones that happen instantly. They're the ones that survive the noise long enough to become real again.